would immediately make many of the people who were aligned with her image wary of her. And even though that part of the case was dropped, think about how many people saw the lawsuit in 2023 versus how many people saw that it was dropped in 2025. So again, I'm not accusing her of actually doing these things. I'm instead looking at it as, how does this affect the way people see them? And for what it's worth, the remaining aspects of the case, which again, allegedly include things like pressuring her dancers to do sexual things at a club, and the hiring of a dance captain who was allegedly pushing their Christian beliefs onto those dancers. That would also contradict the whole, like, never let anybody stop you from being yourself thing, too, wouldn't it? We've seen artists, like, have one bad statement or one bad action mess up the way their whole fan base saw them. Goldlink was never necessarily as popular as Lizzo, but he definitely was making moves in the mid to late 2010s. Then he posted this weird thing after Mac Miller died that turned a lot of people off from his music. Probably because a lot of his fans were also Mac Miller fans. And people were just like, if he would make a statement like that, I don't know how I feel about it. At the same time, this is why someone like Doja Cat can basically say, I don't know, y'all, leave me alone to her fans, but still continue to have success. It lines up with her person.
Hi, I'm an AI. I can trade for you. I find you great. I show you what and why. You say yes or no, I do the rest.
What do I need to start?
$20 in your account. That's what I trade with.
And my time?
What I find?
Now, when you're a larger-than-life pop star, actions are not made equal. They're weighed against the personality.
If it seems like I start every single one of these FAFO videos off the same, it is because these people are all the same. They're the same people. We're dealing with the same ass people every single time in these videos. After watching this initial video, the rabbit hole that I went down to learn the things that I learned about this lady proves me right in so many ways. And when I tell you guys that I do this so you don't have to, understand the rabbit hole I had to go down, the comments I had to read, to come to the conclusion that I am right when I say these people vote for the Republican Party for the homophobia, the hate, the racism, and the bigotry. I'm always right. I'm always right. Even when I haven't gone down the rabbit hole. Even when they haven't said it, even when I don't have the proof in front of me. When some of you guys ask me, Coach D, how do you know though? How do you know? It's because I know. Because there are enough people like this lady that I've come across and gone down the rabbit hole just to find out that I'm right. I don't need to have the proof every time. I know that I'm right. Because the only conclusion that you can come to when you come across these videos, when these people are complaining about the things that they're complaining about, is that they voted for the Republican Party, Donald Trump, anyone in the administration, because of the hate, the racism, and the bigotry. That is all it is. That's the only conclusion you can draw. Like, what about the Republican Party? What has anyone in the Republican Party, anyone in Donald Trump's administration, or Donald Trump himself has ever said to make any of these people think that if you are not in a millionaire or billionaire tax bracket, that they give a damn about you? What makes you?
All right, y'all. So Trump and Republicans are in all-out meltdown mode at the moment because the Supreme Court ruled against them on pretty much their main issue, I would say, immigration. They ruled on birthright citizenship, and these guys are pissed off. Now, I will say, though, a little silly, because, yet again, we have multiple decisions that cut their way, which are horrific decisions, but they ignore those. They expect to go like, literally 100% on their side, and they didn't. So first, let me walk you through some of these decisions here. So take a look at this one. SCOTUS Wire said, the Supreme Court upheld West Virginia and Idaho laws limiting girls' and women's school sports teams to biological females, holding that Title IX permits sex-separated teams based on biological sex, and that the laws do not violate the Equal Protection Clause. So this is just a classic example of, like, the court putting up a massive middle finger to trans people and saying, fuck you, you're not part of society, you don't count, you can't partake in the school activities and sports that everybody else can participate in. And so this is just a massive middle finger to trans people across this country, and it allows red states to basically kick trans people out of the sports. Right? And so you're going to have this literally every red state now is going to pass a law saying, fuck you, you're kicked out. All right, we also have this one. The Supreme Court just struck down restrictions on political parties' coordinated campaign spending, saying that they violate the First Amendment. The 6-3 decision means political parties will be able to coordinate with candidates and raise unlimited amounts of money. So, corruption is already legal in this country. Bribery is already legal in this country. There's been a number of Supreme Court decisions that found that money equals speech, so billionaires can buy elections and corporations can buy elections through different avenues. There's super PACs, there's political campaigns, there's all sorts of stuff, right? And this is shooting a dead horse. Because it started in the 1970s, the Buckley v. Blair, the Supreme Court decision said money speech and Citizens United, which also shot a dead horse. But now, basically what we're going to get is, there is no buffer, there is no firewall between the political parties and candidates and campaigns anymore. So, you're going to get a lot more politicians who are just complete and utter party hacks as a result of this. It's unlimited bribery, unlimited corruption, coordination between billionaires, corporations, political parties, and candidates, and total hacks who are just down the line going to vote with the party, and there's not going to be anybody who breaks anymore with the party line. That's the type of candidate that are incentivizing with this sort of a decision. So absolutely atrocious. And the logic that they used was just this. Okay, that's solar set. The 6 Republicans on the Supreme Court say there's just no evidence of political corruption anywhere, so campaign finance limits make no sense. And that's what they describe. They say, look, there's no quid pro quo corruption, and since there's no quid pro quo corruption, or even the appearance of quid pro quo corruption, therefore, these rules are unnecessary. That's their argument. That's basically what they said, which is absolutely out of this world insane. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. They're either the dumbest people on the planet, or they're lying on purpose because they're bought by the same corporations. They're bought by the same big money interests, right? And we know there's a lot of ethics problems with this court. Now, aren't there? Okay. So, Dave Schroeder also raised it on this. The Supreme Court just helped J.D. Vance create Citizens United 2.0. The Supreme Court just helped J.D. Vance expand Citizens United amid a flood of billionaire cash justices that said the strength of the existing anti-corruption laws just by giving mechanisms another conduit of influence. Now let's get to the big one. Let's get to the big boy. Let's get to the elephant in the room, which is on immigration, on birthright citizenship. So, before I get to what the Supreme Court said, let's take a look at Section 1 of the 14th Amendment, okay? It says the following. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. Let me repeat that. All persons born or naturalized in the U.S. are citizens of the United States. Not really much gray area. Pretty fucking black and white. Pretty black and white. So what happened? The Supreme Court ruled that the 14th Amendment guarantees birthright citizenship to children born in the United States, including those whose parents are in the country unlawfully or only temporarily, striking down President Trump's executive order. So Trump tried to override the Constitution with a fucking executive order. I mean, that's ludicrous, but that's what he tried to do, an executive order to override the Constitution. Now, it's a little complicated the way the ruling works. It was like 5-4 on one issue, but 6-3 on another issue. I think what happened there was one of them said, is if you're just visiting this country and you have a baby, you're not considered, you shouldn't be considered a citizen. But if you're an undocumented person who's here and you've been here for a while and you have a baby, then that baby is considered a citizen. I forget which justice made that argument, but they tried to kind of split the difference and say it's not like literally anybody who's born here, but if you've been here for a while and you're born here, then yes, then that kid is a citizen. But if you're just like visiting, that doesn't count. What the justices try to argue now, but the way the argument ended up being a literal interpretation of the Constitution here, which is no, if you're born here, then you're a citizen. Period. End of story. End of discussion. The Constitution cannot be more clear in its language. But you had 3 justices, 3. The dumbest 3, the most conservative 3, who were like, actually, I think that.
About 2.5 years ago, Sony and PlayStation faced a lot of backlash over essentially a stark reminder that in an all-digital future, you will own absolutely nothing. On December 1st, it's called OneSearch.
know? You look fresh.
And going to me now.
You, ever tried the car shampoo in the shower? Yeah, me neither. My hair, the shine, all natural. If I start shaking, don't worry, all right? Been supporting Mr. Favor through 5 time zones, running on 0 sleep, but hey, another can of junk and I'll be fine.
All right.
Did I ever tell you I once made 100 sexiest junior analysts in finance? Not that I, care about those things. You know what? I like this place. I think it's the cleaning fumes. They just really pow, you know? You know, I started as an intern for Mr. Faber. Yeah, fresh out of Vespucci University, back when I had nothing but a sports betting problem and a dream. Happy days. You look okay, you know? You look fresh. Ever tried the car shampoo in the shower? Yeah, me neither. My hair, the shine, all natural. If I start shaking, don't worry, all right? Been supporting Mr. Faber through 5 time zones, running on 0 sleep, but hey, another can of junk and I'll be fine. Did I ever tell you I once made 100 sexiest junior analysts in finance? Not that I, care about those things. You know what? I like this place. I think it's the cleaning fumes. They just really pow, you know? You know, I started as an intern for Mr. Faber. Yeah, fresh out of Vespucci University, back when I had nothing but a sports betting problem and a dream. Happy days. You look good today, you know? You look fresh. You, ever tried the car shampoo in the shower? Yeah, me neither. My hair, the shine, all natural. if I start shaking, don't worry, all right? Been supporting Mr. Faber through 5 times. Running on 0 sleep, but hey, another can of junk and I'll be fine. Did I ever tell you I once made 100 sexiest junior analysts in finance? Not that I, care about those things. You know what? I like this place. I think it's the cleaning fumes. They just really pow, you know? You know, I started as an intern for Mr. Faber. Yeah, fresh out of Vespucci University, back when I had nothing but a sports betting problem and a dream. Happy days. You look good today, you know? You look fresh.
What?
ever tried the car shampoo in the shower? Yeah, me neither. My hair, the shine, all natural.
Later. Not because you say that,
Don't worry, all right? Been supporting Mr. Favor through 5 times.
not because you try to prep your best for this and get fat. Not because you had to inside treatment while it was. Not because you're finding great with another woman. Later. Not because you say that.
Masala mahirap din. I've been gelating.
Did I ever tell you I once made 100 sexiest junior analysts in finance? Not that I, care about those things.
Pero paano ulit? Я совершенно случайно попал на улицу.
Here's how to appropriately touch a coworker in 2026. Can you put that up here? Thanks. No, turn it. No, no. No.
You know what? I like this place. I think it's the cleaning fumes. They just really pow, I started as an intern for Mr. Faber. Yeah, fresh out of Vespucci University, back when I had nothing but a sports betting problem and a dream. Happy days. You look good today, you know? You look fresh. You, ever tried the car shampoo in the shower? Yeah, me neither. My hair, the shine, all natural. If I start shaking, don't worry, all right? Been supporting Mr. Favor through 5 time zones, running on 0 sleep, but hey, another can of junk and I'll be fine. Did I ever tell you I once made 100 sexiest junior analysts in finance? Not that I, care about those things. You know what? I like this place. I think it's the cleaning fumes. They just really pow, you know? You know, I started as an intern for Mr. Faber. Yeah, fresh out of Vespucci University, back when I had nothing but a sports betting problem and a dream. Happy days. You look good today, you know? You look fresh. You, ever tried the car shampoo in the shower? Yeah, me neither. My hair, the shine, all natural. If I start shaking, don't worry, all right? Been supporting Mr. Faber through 5 time zones, running on 0 sleep, but hey, another can of junk and I'll be fine.
I hereby declare this people in effect. Wait, negotiation is permissible. Good. Good. That's right. There you are.
Did I ever tell you I once made 100 sexiest junior analysts in finance? Not that I, care about those things.
That's right. You may have your meetings in time. But I hereby declare this people in effect.
what? I like this place. I think it's the cleaning fumes. They just really pow, you know? You know, I started as an intern for Mr. Faber. Yeah, fresh out of Vespucci University, back when I had nothing but a sports betting problem and a dream. Happy days. You look good today, you know? You look fresh. You, ever tried the car shampoo in the shower? Yeah, me neither. My hair, the shine, all natural. If I start shaking, don't worry, all right? Been supporting Mr. Faber through 5 time zones, running on 0 sleep, but hey, another can of junk and I'll be fine. Did I ever tell you I once made 100 sexiest junior analysts in finance? Not that I, care about those things. You know what? I like this place. I think it's the cleaning fumes. They just really pow, you know? You know, I started as an intern for Mr. Faber. Yeah, fresh out of Vespucci University, back when I
Our
knew about
intentions
sports
have not changed at all. You're referring to the photo.
days.
Much all the characters that last night attacked me with a dagger, which she could not have done had he been returned to me with the others. It was a crime committed on board the ship, but it was not Jonah's. We found Jonah. It seemed so clear what had to be done. We knew that if we could only persuade him to make the decision to stay, that he most likely less some of the best of intentions. We tried to convince him, so doing, he thoroughly failed to listen to his feelings, to his needs. It was a crime, and this is he was still strong, very noble young man, and he must be recognized. He will return home. He's ever known. Our intentions have not. Well, I know the right is happening. The anomaly, but that's a huge. We haven't seen it. We did it in 3 different time periods. No secrets. And I let the counts. If I'm not mistaken, he's describing humans. Yes, right, that's it. Let's assume for a moment that the captain has been traveling with. Let us also assume it's initiated its pulse at the same coordinates in all 3 time periods. In that case, it is possible the convergence of 3 tachyon pulses could have ruptured the subspace barrier and created an anti-time reaction. I see where you're going there. And because anti-time operates opposite the way normal time does, the effects will travel backwards through the space-time continuum. Yes, all right. As for the mold, let's say that you're right. To the Devon system. If we go back to the Devon system now, we might be able to see the initial formation of the anomaly. Record a great set course for the Devon system back to the floor. Well, no.
You, ever tried the car shampoo in the shower? Yeah, me neither. My hair, the shine, all natural. If I start shaking, don't worry, all right? Been supporting Mr. Faber through 5 time zones, running on 0 sleep, but hey, another can of junk and I'll be fine.
The new GTA Online update is almost here. Today on the show, we have all of our news and information in regards to all of our new and upcoming new money bonuses, big discounts, free vehicles, extra free rewards and challenges for players participating, and more for this 2-week 4th of July and Independence Day event. It is lasting 2 weeks up until that new DLC release. We have level 3 items we don't have. Basically, 57 DLC. Hopefully, definitely strategy to give league players bank accounts before get to a position where they need to buy a short coverage plus when that DLC.
Did I ever tell you
Nonetheless,
about
we
being
have
100
tons to
sexiest
talk
junior
about.
analysts in
Unfortunately, I have some
finance?
commitments this afternoon, so I do need to step with students, so this is going to be a more of a distant video. But I still wanted to bring you guys this news since this is such a big week. So we have some guaranteed Independence Day items, business items this week. If you plug into the game, you will receive a lady lovely dog. Now those are just some things to get started with some Independence Day rewards. The final collector program still continues here over the next couple of weeks, where you just log in, you'll get your $500,000 within 72 hours. You get your free manufacturer limo from Warsaw. If you complete a heist, you get $1 million within 72 hours of doing so, plus the news outfit. And then that tagline where it says mansion owners log in between June 18th and July 13th, we'll receive a curated collection of special gifts from the courts that are nice releases. Well, we now know what those are. So all you need to do is just log in. You will receive the following. $1 million discount on the art studio upgrade, which is necessary to participate in that court center isolated rounds. A free Annihilator helicopter from Warsaw, a unique mansion sculpture, as well as a unique icon painted to steel in the court center heist. So those are some of those mansion owner rewards, part of the Fine Art Collector program that Rockstar has finally revealed to us today. Now, in addition to that, let's jump into our double money and double even one for celebrations, as well as double money and contract missions. You know, you sell a Doom loader to a emulation, then they have double money and double even mode, double money and double Unity series, as well as double money, double even research projects from bundle research missions. We also just have double the research this week. And then for our weekly challenge, for this upcoming week finished 3 bundle research missions, you will be rewarded with a blue job cranker jumpsuit, $100,000. That's this weekly update. But the next weekly update on July the 9th through the 13th, remember, since this is a 2-week event here, we're talking about having a new weekly challenge the next week. There's been 2 races, you will be rewarded with a blue job cranker jumpsuit, as well as $100,000. So the same reward, actually, on the rating, but just a different challenge to complete that actually. And now for the huge section, 4-hour discounts here. I'm just going to rattle everything off, so excuse me as we go through this price. Some of the free items, a free Lagos and the bunker, as well as free high-end garages event. When it comes to our aircraft, and the central section, the video the button closer is 70%. Then we also have 50% of the Mammoth F-160 Raiju, 50% of the Jodel P986 Laser, 50% of the Everhard Titan 250D, 50% of the Mammoth, 50% of
You look good today, you know? You look fresh.
oh man, look at that.
You, ever tried the car shampoo in the shower? Yeah, me neither. My hair, the shine, all natural. If I start shaking, don't worry, all right? Been supporting Mr. Faber through 5 time zones, running on 0 sleep, but hey, another can of junk and I'll be fine.
The new GTA Online update is almost here. Today on the show, we have all of our news and information in regards to all of our new and upcoming bonuses, big discounts, free vehicles, extra free rewards, and challenges for players participating, and the reward for this 2-week 4th of July Independence Day event. It is lasting 2 weeks up until that new DLC release. We have a lot more free items for you to unlock, insane bonuses, tons and tons of discounts ranging from basically 50 to 70% off here. Keep in mind the DLC is also 2 weeks away, so early gambler. This is definitely a strategy. Let's talk about it. Unfortunately, I have some commitments this afternoon, so I do need to step out this soon, so this is going to be a more holistic video today. But I still wanted to bring you guys unnecessary news and information since this is such a big weekly update. So we have some guaranteed Independence Day items from business battles this week. If you plug into the game, you will receive the those are just some things to get started with some rewards. The Climate Connector program still continues here for the next weeks.
I like this place. I think it's the cleaning fumes. They just really cool, you know?
Gave you free benefits for the window Warsaw. If you complete a heist, you get $1 million within 72 hours of doing so, plus the nukes outfit. And then that tagline where it says mansion owners log in between June 18th and July 13th, you'll receive a curated collection of special gifts from the Court Center types release. Well, we now know what those are. So all you need to do is just log in. You will receive the following. $1 million discount on the art studio upgrade, which is necessary to participate in that Court Center heist measures. A free Annihilator stealth helicopter to Warsaw, a unique mansion sculpture, as well as a unique high-value painting to steal in the Court Center heist. So those.
I'm an AI robot in the trade field. First month, I worked for just $20. I watch the market. It all day. When my strategy finds a trade, it lands on your phone for you to approve.
You know I started as an intern for Mr. Faber? Yeah, fresh out of Vespucci University.
Hey everyone, welcome to another Xxxfux radio channel. Today I'm going to talk about the violent theories that have been going around surrounding the inevitable multiplayer for Xxxfux. Because there has just been so much unnecessary, idiotic speculation about the potential online mode for GTA 6, and I just wanted to debunk all that nonsense in this video. So the reason that this is all started is because when you go to pure GTA 6, it makes no mention that the game comes with GTA Online, and that Rockstar themselves to specify that GTA 6 is strictly a single-player game. And because of those two things, people have come to the worst possible case scenarios that, to me, just make no sense at all if you have been playing Rockstar games, and specifically they're on modes for a long time like I have. The first problem you're going to see is that GTA Online will be sold separately. So on top of the $8,200 you have to pay for the base game, they'll go and sell the online mode separately for another like $40 or something to squeeze even more money out of you. I mean, sure, it is a possibility that they could sell separately, but will they? I doubt that. Just look at the history of Rockstar titles. GTA 5 released with an online mode, and it came out a couple weeks after launch for free as long as you had the base game. Red Dead Redemption 2, it was the same thing. It launched without an online mode, and a few weeks later, after the launch of the game, Red Dead Online came out for free as long as you owned the base on your PC. Look at some people steal money just separately. Yes, but you also have to think about the revenue sources within the GTA 6 Online. They are going to want people to spend money on shell permits and microtransactions within the game. And so when you make the buy-in super expensive, then it makes it less likely for those same people to spend money on in-game purchases because they already spent so much money to even play the game. Whereas if the buy-in is less, then it's just basic psychology. Oh, this game, I don't really cost me a whole lot of money, and I really enjoy playing it, but I can throw a few bucks out here and there. This is the exact logic of how free-to-play games work, by the way, with the way they play with the human mind about that. And of course, GTA is not a free-to-play game, but just any game with microtransactions really works the same way, it's the same logic, and they've been doing it for years now. The other theory that I've been seeing a lot, and this one is even more realistic to me than some of the online ones separately, is that it's going to be a subscription-based model. So
It's just better to get it. You made a fuck. There you be it. No, sir. I busted it up. Yeah.
If I start shaking, don't worry, all right? Been supporting Mr. Faber through 5 time zones, running on 0 sleep, but hey, another can of junk and I'll be fine. Did I ever tell you I once made 100 sexiest junior analysts in finance? Not that I care about those things. like this place. I think it's the cleaning fumes. They just really pow, you know? You know, I started as an intern for Mr. Faber. Yeah, fresh out of Vespucci University. Back when I had nothing but a sports betting problem and a dream. Happy days. You look good today, you know? You look fresh. You, ever tried the car shampoo in the shower? Yeah, me neither. My hair, the shine, all natural.
I can see you. Good. Check. Can you see me? Now be honest, Captain. What are you to blame? You do prefer it this way, don't you? As it was meant to be. No peace in our time. Once more unto the bridge. Dear friends.
If I start shaking, don't worry, all right? Been supporting Mr. Faber through 5 time zones, running on 0 sleep, but hey, another can of junk and I'll be fine.
Internet service destroyed. Now, take us to the ground. Pick us to the ugly. Challenge.
Did I ever tell you I once made 100 sexiest junior analysts in finance? Not that I care about those things.
All right. Now, something else. So sure. Intuition stupid.
You know what? I like this place. I think it's the cleaning teams. They just really pow, you know? You know I started as an intern for Mr. Faber? Yeah, fresh out of his Xxxfux university. Back when I had nothing but a sports betting problem and a dream. Happy days.
Mother, kids, and toys. Bubble.com.
You look good today, you know? You look fresh. Never tried the car shower in the shower? Yeah. My hair, the shower, all natural. If I start shaking, don't worry, all right? Been supporting Mr. Faber through 5 time zones, running on 0 sleep, but hey, another can of junk and I'll be fine. Did I ever tell you I once made 100 sexiest junior analysts in finance? Not that I, care about those things.
To get separated from sequence. Separation.
Engaging impulse engines.
Prediction progress.
You know what? I like this place. I think it's the cleaning fumes. They just really pow, you know?
All right, people. What do you say we end this war? Travis was in. That's it. I believe you know the way to this. If I get lost, I'll just follow the ship approach.
You know, I started as an intern for Mr. Faber. Yeah, fresh out of Vespucci University, back when I had nothing but a sports betting problem and a dream. Happy days.
But the three of us can share about it, but that's it. It's like someone's every seconds. Who knows? Support our own families. Prepare to engage the enemy. You see, one thing I hate is happy I heard of this press about a nigga looking at it, and I'm excited. 12. And the reality, the reality of the nigga nigga tell you, damn, you got a price. Yeah, I know, good. Don't get mad. When they say that, yeah, I know, good.
You look good today, you know? You look fresh.
The nigga want to say that. Start being a person, shit, man. But they,
You, ever tried the car shampoo in the shower? Yeah, me neither. My hair, the shine, all natural. If I start shaking, don't worry, all right? Been supporting Mr. Faber through 5 time zones, running on 0 sleep, but hey, another can of junk and I'll be fine.
Documented every single crime he committed. In his own words, Thomas Kissinger, born in England 1721, came to Jamaica around 1750 with nothing. Within days of a night, days, this brother started a systematic campaign of violence against the enslaved people. John, his reign lasted 36 years. His diary documents 3,852 counts of rape against 138 women. He recorded each one. He took names, dates, recorded them on a
Did I ever tell you I once made 100 sexiest junior analysts in finance? Not that I, care about those things. You know what? I like this place. I think it's the cleaning fumes. They just really pow, you know? know, I started as an intern for Mr. Faber. Yeah, fresh out of Vespucci University, back when I had nothing but a sports betting problem and a dream. Happy days.
Superman confronts Gamesxxfux regarding his lack of intervention in the destruction of Krypton. The conversation turns heated before Guy Gardner tries to
This is a fighter that does everything your coach tells you not to do, but wins every time. They call him the Black Bruce Lee, and just by looking at his stance, you can see that he doesn't fight like anybody else. Most of his opponents thought he was going to be an easy win, but he destroyed the top Muay Thai fighters in the world and earned the nickname the Thai Killer, with spinning attacks and side kicks and a mix of Kung Fu, Taekwondo, and American kickboxing. This is one of the most entertaining fighters in history.
What's going on? What are you doing, Dark Ray? What are you doing, Little Ray? What are you doing, Other Dark Ray? What are you doing, Other Ray? What are you doing, Short Ray?
Saved about birds and we want to much in this. Okay, look.
You never tried the car shampoo in the shower? Me neither.
So that was a
Hair,
big chunk
shine,
that
all
was kind
natural.
of sticky, and so this is the big chunk. But here, rather than some business, like look at that, but up to here, this is so that was a. These are 20 recipes for lazy people, part 11, and we're going with a classic black case. Be ready. First, we open a chicken breast, then we grate a potato, squeeze it to remove its starch. We add starch, paprika, salt, and mix. We coat the chicken breast in flour, then in eggs, and finally the grated potato. Lastly, we fry it. That's it. Very easy. These are 20 recipes for lazy people, part 11, and these.
If I start shaking, don't worry, all right? I supported Mr. Faber through 5 times. He was running on 0 sleep today, another can of junk, and I'll be fine.
Want a controller that performs almost like
Did I ever tell you I once made 100 sexiest junior analysts in finance? Not that I, care about those things.
Okay, I'm probably never going to use this filter ever again because this is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, I'm probably never going to use this filter ever. Okay.
You know what? I like this place. I think it's the cleaning teams. They just really pow, you know?
Stop it, Johnny's great. I need to keep still on this. You know, if you don't start, someone's amazing.
You guys need practice? Cross the plane. Go get somebody. Here we go.
What is your plan
An
B?
intern for Mr.
They
Faber?
know about
Yeah,
marriage.
fresh out of Vespucci University, back when I had nothing but a sports betting problem and a dream. Happy
What
days.
is your plan B? They know.
Guys, Pastor college, I'm going to get top 100 in the Caribbean. God know. Everybody think God know. Guys,
In this video, we're looking at one of Batman's most dangerous secrets. Not his villains, not his tech, but his sleep. Comics even show Alfred pointing out that Bruce stayed awake for roughly 80 hours straight, a number that fans still argue about. We look at the comics 80 hours per but sleep times actually fix and why Batman's habits for the page, but I'm not image. You'll see how the human body can be pushed without rest and why Batman's schedule will collapse in reality. So what happens if someone actually tries to make a sleep?
You look good today, you know? You look fresh.
In Batman Volume 1, number 635, Alfred bluntly remarks that Bruce has had no sleep whatsoever for nearly 80 hours. Other comics, like Action Comics Annual number 1, even show him running on empty for about 3 straight days before finally admitting his mind is fully under control. In Detective Comics number 806, Batman is also depicted staying up long beyond human limits, only to be reminded by Alfred that his obsession is tearing him down as much as his enemies. These panels citing almost superhuman ghosts of Batman villains. Yes, he got to save on willpower alone without the basic human need of rest. But if we look at what happens to real people under those conditions, the numbers don't just fail to line up. They collapse almost immediately. Instead of 3 days later, the heart rates of high culture start breaking things down on the verge of stretch. Some science finds that after about 24 hours of wakefulness, reaction time slows to a level comparable to someone who is sleeping intoxicated. Researchers such as Matt Walker have shown these comparisons to show just how fast impairment shows up. Even if you feel alert, tasks that demand hand-eye coordination, quick reflexes, or rapid decision-making suffer noticeably. By Batman's timeline, he is still balancing ledgers as Bruce Wayne by day and brawling henchmen at night, but science says his brain would already be stumbling.
No. Pedro? I want to know how many you've been straight for. Yeah, you can how long you've been straight for. Yeah, right.
If I start not shaking, don't worry, all right? Been supporting Mr. Faber through 5 time zones, running on 0 sleep, but hey, another can of junk and I'll be fine.
So maybe when it gets hot, you're nuts. But we want you to believe that this is the infrastructure of again. Based on the economic system that said it is better to find the cheapest way to mass produce something than to build for longevity, for quality. Today's the day I found out the best plan of 25 years. 50 bands living up. My dog. What do you anything but say, man?
Did I ever tell you I once made 100 sexiest junior analysts in finance? Not that I, care about those things.
It's being so disrespectful. Please come and make me play another song. Excuse me, yeah, listen to her. Everybody got to see this lady doing things. So she didn't press around. She's trying to bring in the black girl's foot to make her fire.
You know what? I like this. I think it's the
Black
cleaning
girl's
clothes.
foot.
They just
So
really
this
clean
lady
out,
could give her foot. Since we make her fire. The next thing black girl looked at her, he was very much. It's really that environment. Damn, she should have took that hill. She got the body locked in front of the whole base. He got in and was not paying. She drove her from corner to corner, block to block. She gave her one of them concrete jungle ass movements. Ooh, wait, man.
Do you plan to press charges? Of course, because if so, it's funny, she was going to be there.
You know, I started as an intern for Mr. Faber. Yeah, fresh out of Vespucci University, back when I had nothing but a sports betting problem and a dream. Happy days.
A great celebration starts with great children.
All the clears open about downtown Detroit.
See, never mind. Fuck up. They ain't want to care. She need to get out of here. But I care. Like, sit up on the children. I can't soak up down. And I think it's the ears.
You look good today, You look fresh.
Behold, my very first 3D print ever. Considering I've never touched a 3D printer and have barely touched the 3D modeling software, I can't believe this was great.
This is how AI can make your life easier.
You, ever tried the car shampoo in the shower? Yeah, me neither. My hair, the shine, all natural.
They want girls to gamble so bad. This gal, she did actually think, do you think Anaya is gonna go dating apps or wait the time you actually get
If I start shaking, don't worry, all right? Been supporting Mr. Favor through 5 time zones, running on 0 sleep, but hey, another can of junk and I'll be fine. Did I ever tell you I once made 100 sexiest junior analysts in finance? Not that I, care about those things.
Yes. Listen. This strategy, the 3-by rockets from Starfleet. I told him to punch it up on the dip thing. And that's when we heard it from yours. That name spread like wildfire. You ask anybody. Bill. That mad as I son of a bitch. That was his day.
They just really pow,
Sorry to put a famous brother. Just this. He said she was tough. See what she did. I'm the same thing. Ever since Captain started giving the Federation its skills with the adversary. There's the first highway. Take notice, guard to my eye.
I started as an intern for Mr. Favor? Yeah, fresh out of Vespucci University.
I guess there are
Back when I had nothing but a
since
sports
they're
betting
clean up
problem
before
and a
we
dream.
eat shit.
Happy days.
They called me Queen Bitch Whore of the Federation. Harry's class and the suits for the power fire.
You look good today, you know? You look fresh. You, ever tried the car shampoo in the shower? Yeah, me neither. My hair, the shine, all natural. If I start shaking, don't worry, all right? Been supporting Mr. Faber through 5 time zones, running on 0 sleep, but hey, another can of junk and I'll be fine. Did I ever tell you I once made 100 sexiest junior analysts in finance? Not that I, care about those things. You know what? I like this place. I think it's the cleaning fumes. They just really pow, you know? You know, I started as an intern for Mr. Faber. Yeah, fresh out of Vespucci University, back when I had nothing but a sports betting problem and a dream. Happy days. You look good today, you know? You look fresh.
Very high.
You ever tried the car shampoo in the shower? Yeah, me neither. My hair, shine, all natural. If I still shake it, don't worry, all right? Been supporting Mr. Faber through 5 time zones, running on juice, sleeping eggs, and a can of junk, and I'll be fine. Did I ever tell you I once made 100 sexiest junior analysts in finance? Not that I, care about those things. You know what? I like this place. I think it's the cleaning fumes. They just really pow, you know? You know, I started as an intern for Mr. Faber. Yeah, fresh out of Vespucci University, back when I had nothing but a sports betting problem and a dream. Happy days.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
You look good today, you know? You look fresh. You, ever tried the car shampoo in the shower? Yeah, me neither. My hair, the shine, all natural.
Okay, so
If I start shaking, don't
apparently,
worry, all right? Been supporting
you
Mr.
know,
Faber through 5 times.
yeah, you gotta make
Easily,
sense.
but hey, another can of junk and I'll be fine.
I don't think that the LGBT community is angry for the reasons you all think they're angry for. I think they're angry because I myself was today here with her, and I remember that he himself was straight. All of this time, when you see his family community, and I looked at his mechanism, I thought he was, what do the old folks say? I thought he had a little too much sugar in his water, a little bit too much honey in his tea, too many Skittles falling from his rainbow. Well, okay, here's a nicer one. I always thought that, he was in a closet reaching for the wisdom. Like, anybody thought he was straight? That's what I did. Did anybody ever think he was straight? This is news to me that he's a heterosexual.
I care about those things.
What's that? Give him a shit off. Okay, so apparently, the LGBT community got their families on lunch because, I don't think that the LGBT community is angry for the reasons you all think they're angry for. I think they're angry because I myself was today here with those when I remember that he himself was straight. All of this time, when you see his style of comedy, and I looked at his mannerism, I thought he was, what do the old folks say? I thought he had a little too much sugar in his water.
What? I like this place. I think it's
A little bit too much honey in his tea. Too many Skittles falling from his rainbow. Well, okay, here's a nicer one. I always thought that, he was in a closet reaching for the donut. Like, anybody thought he was straight? That's what I did. Did anybody who's in it think he was straight? This is news to me that he's a heterosexual. Okay, so apparently, the LGBT community got their families on a bunch because, Lisa B made a remark about getting her daddy, you should have to little bit have a children. I don't think that the LGBT community is angry for the reasons you all think they're angry for. I think they're angry because I myself was today here with older than I remember that he himself was straight. All of this time, when I could see his stand-up comedy, and I looked at his mannerism, I thought he was, what do the old folks say? I thought he had a little too much sugar in his water, a little bit too much honey in his tea, a little bit.
They treat it like a race. One piece isn't about rushing to catch up. It's a media too. They don't understand why certain arts matter, but it looks like it's important matter. So it's like they get over the episode. One Canada. It's kind of ending so when you're ready to come to get the Nazi guy. Hope you understand it.
You look good today, You look fresh.
Downstairs. Well, yeah, upstairs. They get to it in the day. The day of God, they get to it in the day. No, they get to it first.
You, ever tried the car shampoo in the shower? Yeah, me neither. My hair, the shine, all natural.
I'm gonna get locked up. I'm gonna feed them all. First of all,
If I start shaking, don't worry, all right? Been supporting Mr. Favor through 5 time zones, running on 0 sleep, but hey, another can of junk and I'll be fine.
I'm gonna get locked up. I'm gonna feed them all. First of all,
Did I ever tell you I once made 100 sexiest junior analysts in finance? Not that I, care about those things.
I'm gonna get locked up. I'm gonna feed them all. First of all, I'm gonna get locked up. I'm gonna feed them all. First of all, I sit down. I'm gonna say something. The dad gonna be frank. And I'm gonna feed. I'm gonna feed. Whatever you want. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna feed.
You know what? I like this place. I think it's the cleaning fumes. They just really pow,
I'm gonna get locked up. I'm gonna feed them all. Listen to me. Listen to me. Every fucking leader has to Jamaica. And I'm going to fucking look at them and shit like that. Yeah, me also, I want to ask you that you're angry. If you see me, don't get angry. I'm listening to you, sir. You know, we can't see you, sir. Like what Angela, sir.
You know, I started as an intern for Mr. Faber. Yeah, fresh out of Vespucci University, back when I had nothing but a sports betting problem and a dream. Happy days.
Alright, time to balance the books. The client wants the car picked up and given a little VIP treatment. Washed and returned in perfect condition. You got this, hot stuff.
Business. the past, the competent court.
Bitch.
Very fun.
GPS tracker confirmed. I have your position. I will also access compound CCTV once you are inside. You know what I like about you, boss? You're never afraid to return to the scene of the crime. Even if it involves underwater drainage pipe, like you strap ahead. Okay, next stop, maintenance. Back in the side saddle, huh, Capitan? You know, I think Mr. Rubio is best thing that ever happened to us. And we are worst thing ever happened to him, huh? Well, judging from the lack of terrified screams, I will assume you made it through the uncharted tunnel and into the den of strung-out militiamen. Good. Things are going according to plan, huh? Now, let's see what he has for us in the vault this time. You're in the area where Mr. Rubio's personal bodyguards operate. These men will know every soldier under their command. No disguise will fool them. If you are considering using the cliff as an escape route, I have done some calculations and you will have a better chance of survival running directly at the bullets.
Me voy a divertir. ¡Morirá, hueputa! ¡Dios! ¡Ay, hueputa!
If I get this one, for the key. Well, judging from the lack of terrified screams, I will assume you made it through the uncharted tunnel and into the den of strung-out militiamen. Good. Things are going according to plan, huh? Now, let's see what he has for us in the vault this time. You should remember there is a cliff here. It is an attractive alternative to being captured alive. Watch out for these Rubio's personal bodyguards. They patrol this area. They will know every soldier on the island. Them you cannot fool, no matter what you are wearing. Do not give up on a locked door. Why not ask the guard nicely for the key? This you will not regret taking with you. Good thinking. Always check the safe. ¡Despídase! ¡No le queda mucho, hijo de puta! ¡Cobertura ya! ¡Come mierda! ¡Voy a acabar con usted! ¡Continúen! ¡Jódase! ¡Historia asquerosa!
The office will be heavily guarded, but that's where we saw that keypad on the CCTV.
¡Cúbrame!
¿Quiere chupar niño, hijo de puta?
¡Muévanse!
¡Care verga!
So, you are at fingerprint scanner. The tool we took from head of cybersecurity will show you fragments from previous scans. You just need to cycle through them to match the target print. And keep an eye out for people trying to kill you. The last time I stole a diamond this size, my team did a 3-day sprint through the rainforest back to the coast. So, no complaining about the escape route. Bad news. They have sealed the drainage pipe. You will need to look for another way out of there. Reinforcements incoming. If you see anything you like on the way out, do not be shy. Help yourself.
¡Rata de mierda! ¡Muérase, pedazo de mierda!
¿Qué se ríe, hijo de verga? Voy a darle piso, idiota.
¡No se puede quedar por aquí!
Voy a recargar.
¡Chúpame la verga! ¡You piece of shit! ¡Me voy a divertir!
¿Quiere que le dé lo suyo? ¡Diga sí, llegó, imbécil!
¡Retirada ya! ¡Váyase a la mierda! ¡Hasta aquí llegó! ¡Rata de mierda!
okay? Stay safe, boss. Got some cool stuff here for you. Hey, let me know if you have any questions. Always gotta have a mag. That'll light 'em up. Need any more? Yeah, that'll do it. Stay strapped.